Today I'm making fried eggs for lunch. For you. You get to see them. You can't eat them because that would mean you're in my house. And unless you're in my walls and feeding me chicken, I'm not sharing my eggs with you. So you get to watch me make the eggs, and I will teach you how to make fried eggs, and it will be wonderful. And we will have a good time, and then I will eat the fried eggs and review my cooking because that's a good idea. Just trust me on this, okay, man? It's 1 in the morning and I don't know where I am. Hello, my lovelies. Welcome back to my kitchen. It's mine. I've built it myself. Today, I have brought you back into my kitchen because that's the only place I trust you. You don't need to see the rest of my house. It's not for you. We're gonna be making eggs. I forgot to get the eggs out. 2 eggs. I'm going to be making 2 eggs. So, some of you may have made eggs before, but I know some of you haven't. So this tutorial might actually be somewhat beneficial for some of you. Like the shrimp one last time, that's a bit different. That's just sort of a recipe, general recipe. But for some people, this is essential knowledge that no one has taught you. But I will teach you, my child. Don't cry. First things first, you need a frying pan. If you don't have a frying pan, you're screwed. You're gonna die. Just kidding, actually. Fried egg. If you live in a desert, like I do, you can actually just wait till summer and fry the egg on the sidewalk. Don't do that. But frying pans are pretty easy to come by. This one's a little fancy, I think, because it's made out of ceramic, I think. So yeah, first things first, turn the heat on. Because my frying pan is special, I can't put it anywhere above medium heat, but that's okay because it gets really hot just with medium heat. If you're using a different kind of frying pan, you could probably go a little higher. I don't know the exact. I'm using this weird one. Ask your neighbors. I know you don't want to talk to them, but they probably know how to use a frying pan at least. Unless you already know how to use a frying pan, in which case, congratulations. Mazel tov. Make sure you have your ingredients ready because trust me, it's just easier that way. This is not an ingredient. This is pepper. Ground black pepper is great value. I don't really care what brand you use. This is salt. This is not it says Morton salt, but this is not Morton salt. This is some other salt that we put into it. We've had this for 50 years or something. And then you're either going to want to use butter or oil. I'm using olive oil. I think you can use vegetable oil. I don't know. I use 2 kinds of cooking, whatever this is. I use olive oil and I use butter. I don't make anything that requires a different kind of oil, so I don't use a different kind of oil. Ooh, that's hot. Don't touch the frying pan. Do not touch the frying pan. That would be dangerous. I don't like doing that without being able to see my finger. I'm using oil today. I would use butter, but I don't feel like getting out a butter knife, and I don't feel like having butter on my spatula today. Also, you will need a spatula. We mentioned this before. You need a spatula. Also, tortilla. You don't need this. But a flour tortilla with fried egg is quite good. We also have a secret ingredient for later. I'm not going to tell you what it is, because it's a secret. Don't tell anybody. And finally, you'll need your eggs. You'll need 2 eggs, or 1 egg. Really, it just depends on what egg, how much you want to make. Depends on how much egg you want to make. So if you want 2 eggs, you get 2 eggs. If you want 1 egg, you get 1 egg. If you get lucky, you'll have 2 yolks in 1 egg, and then you'll be in trouble because you only wanted 1 egg, and now you have to eat 2. It's very sad. All right. It's nice and warm for my cold hands. So first things first, now that your pan is hot, also another thing, if you're making egg, it really doesn't matter what size frying pan you use, as long as it's big enough to accommodate the number of eggs you're putting into it. I was going to mention that earlier. I I should have mentioned that earlier, because now you've got, like, I don't know, some big honking frying pan. Or no, worse, you've got some small one, but you want to be like, I'm going to make 6 eggs! It's too small. You make restart, come back when you fixed your mistakes. Welcome back from fixing your mistakes. Okay, get your oil or your butter. If you're using butter, I don't know how much butter to put in. Half of this is more than enough butter for like 2 eggs. You don't need that much butter. If you're making like 3 or 4 eggs, half of that is still probably plenty. As for the oil, you just watch closely, okay? Because I don't measure very often. It's a bad habit. You should always measure when you don't know what you're doing. Because sometimes things can go wrong and you might hurt yourself. Also, if you are not allowed to cook because you are dumb, listen to whoever told you that. You know, don't take my advice. Take your oil. I have Kirkland's extra virgin oil. It doesn't matter. And just kind of, yeah, that's plenty. You put your oil away. You try to clean when you cook, because it saves you a lot of time later. So you kind of stir that oil around. I think I might have put in a little too much, actually. So do what I did, but a little less. Now you're gonna take your eggs, nice 2 eggs. A bit of a reminder for those of you that, again, don't know how to cook eggs or are not familiar with the concept of an egg. This is a dead chicken. It was never born, and it never grew to be a delicious rotisserie. So sad. But it's also tasty. That said, if you eat it raw and you don't know what you're doing, you'll get salmonella poisoning, which sucks. Best case scenario, you have to go to the hospital. Worst case, you die. If you are a child, don't be stupid. Take your egg. Take your egg, crack it on the side of the pan. And again. Ah! Ooh! Remember when I said earlier that was too much oil? Way too much oil. Holy smokes, that's too much oil. That oil is hot. Woo! Now then, take your next egg, if you're making 2, take the second one. Don't whack it against the frying pan like an idiot, like I did. Whoa! Turn the heat down. Turn the heat down. Okay. That's scary. Make sure you don't get any shells in your egg, because the shell can carry shells can carry salmonella. Oh, the yolk broke. If the yolk breaks, you just whatever. Be sure to wash your hands quickly while your eggs are cooking. You don't need to worry too much about the eggs. They're not going anywhere. If your oil is, hang on. Be sure to wash your hands with soap. And wash them real good, because you got raw egg on there, and if you get any raw egg in your body, you might die. I know some of you younger folk think that that's not a bad idea, but like, no. I don't know what the deal with those eggs were. They had very hard shells. More likely than not, your eggs will not be that freaking hard. I need a plate. Should always have a plate ready. I didn't. Get your salt and just kind of salt it up a little bit. If you want less salt, do less of that. Take your pepper and just kind of tap it in there. Woo! Here we go. Lots of that. Delicious. Okay, and if you want less pepper, do less of what I did. Take your spatula. Woo! Kind of scoop up the egg there. Alright. That's sizzling. That means I did it wrong. Actually, not necessarily. It just means that the oil is very hot. Put a little extra pepper, a little extra salt, and the egg is probably done. Take your egg real fancy like, and just take it off the pan, put it on the plate, put the spatula on top of it. You can kind of tuck it in bed. Take the pan off the hot burner and turn the burner off. Now, here's a little fun trick for you at home. I don't know if I showed this in my shrimp video. This is a kettle. Some of you don't own a kettle. Some of you own like some sort of separate thing that you heat your water in for your teas and your whatevers. I recommend getting a kettle for a few reasons. One, when you have a hot burner, you can put the kettle on top of it, and it keeps you from burning your hands off on accident whilst utilizing your stove. You can take a hot pan off the burner so you're not going to ruin the pan, because if this pan stayed on the burner, we'd ruin the pan. Just trust me on that, we would ruin the pan. So you put the kettle on. Also, it's a kettle, and look at it, it's nice. It brings personality to the home. When you have an electrical thing on the side, that just means you don't appreciate your hot water like you should. That's stupid, don't listen to me. Now that you've finished, now that you've finished with the egg, it's pretty much done. If you wanted cheese with it, you should have put the cheese in before. It's secret ingredient time. Ham. So, I know what you're thinking. Ham, egg, and tortilla. Kind of an odd mix. Don't worry about it. It's not the weirdest thing out there. Normally, when you're doing this, if you're going to have ham with it, you would put the ham in with the egg and they'll just kind of cook together. I forgot that I was going to put this with the egg. You're right. You know, my dog is here. You can't see him. He'll appear later. But we just kind of stir this in the hot stuff. Just kind of put it on the frying pan. Again, you would cook it with the egg, and it would all just kind of cook together and be a lot better. But it's not a big deal. Yeah, I'm spilling oil on the ground. Definitely too much oil this time around. I can never. This is why you measure. My recommendation is 1.5 tablespoons of oil for 2 eggs. I'm trying to deep fry this ham, and it's not what you're supposed to do. Too much oil. All right. Normally when you're cooking, you should turn the burner off once you're done cooking. I did it the wrong way. You take your pan, so you're not dripping oil everywhere. Hot oil is very dangerous. You put the ham on top of the egg. You tuck that all in nice. It's very nice. You put the pan on a cool burner. Move your kettle that you should own onto the hot burner. And also make sure that the kettle has water in it, because if it doesn't have water in it, then it's bad. Take your salt and your pepper, put it away, because you're done cooking with them for now. Clean up while you're cooking. And we'll take care of the pan in a little bit. But for now, let's eat. Alrighty. Hello. So, we have our food here. It's not a lot of. I don't know if you can see that. But here's our food. It's not look too bad, actually. The plate's a little barren, but that's okay. There's the food. There's what you may have made. Yours might have turned out better if you followed my directions as I said and not necessarily as I did. Might look a little better, but this doesn't look too bad. And let's get a look at the actual egg itself. There's the egg. It might not be appetizing to everybody, but it tastes pretty good. That there. Tortilla. Let's see how it tastes. Now, because of how I made it, the yolk is probably going to be cooked. Generally, when you make a fried egg or egg over easy or whatever, the yolk will be more runny. And then that's why you have the tortilla. Technically, the tortilla itself would be used as a utensil. You would scoop up the egg and eat it with the tortilla. But I like to just kind of mop up the egg yolk and eat that on the tortilla. It tastes good to me. But let's get some of this egg. What are you eating? Are you looking up the oil? Dang it. There wasn't that much. How did you find it? Come here. Come. Up. Can you see him? That's my boy. Come here. Hello. You can't have any of the egg. I'm sorry, but I just wanted everyone to get a look at you. I don't know if they can see you or not. Good boy. Go on. Hold on. I've indulged him. Now he's waiting for a treat because I'm sitting down. I will get you a treat in a little bit, right? This is why they invented knives. Because forks don't cut very well. There we go. Ooh. Got a little bit extra pepper in that one. There's a little minor kick. Those of you with a higher spice tolerance will probably be like, it's got a little bit of flavor. Oh, good. Okay. As you can kind of see the yolk there, kind of runny a little bit. Depending on how it's made, the yolk might be a little more runny than this. Because this one was cooked a little more, it's not as runny. But it's still good. I'm going to have some with the ham. I would have made some chocolate milk to go with this. Unfortunately, I didn't want to get cold. Because if it gets cold, it's not as good. And then you're just kind of quickly eating it. So you don't waste any food. Egg? Nope. There's some good lunch. This is my lunch, by the way. Last when I made the shrimp tutorial, I didn't really feel myself eating. But I figure, why not? Extra content. You kind of get to see the progression of the meal. Ooh. Swallowed too much. Ooh, my bad. There. You can kind of see it. This actually turned out pretty good. So if your egg turns out the way this did, you'll have a pretty good experience. Yeah, swallow. Oh, there's a little bit of oil there. It's quite good. Ooh, that went down a little difficult. It's a little crispy on the edges, but I'm not a big fan of, but it's all right here. Not too bad. Apple juice, chocolate milk, or I'd say grape juice. All good choices to go with this in terms of drink. I can't recommend orange juice because I don't like orange juice, but I'm not going to say you can't have it either. Because I don't like it, I can't accurately judge how well it goes with this. You know the strawberry juice? You think there is. You think there'd be strawberry juice. But I've never seen it. Never seen strawberry juice anywhere. They don't sell it around here. I imagine it'd be difficult to get. Strawberries don't seem like they're easily juiced. But I don't know. If one of you knows where to find strawberry juice, let me know in the comments because I'd try that. I don't know if I'd like it, but I'd try it. And not strawberry lemonade. I know there's lemonade. That's different. I mean like strawberry juice. Just like juice from a strawberry. Oops. Whoa. There's the bottom. As it got all cooked. Yeah. So, the mistakes I made that you can avoid. Make sure you don't put the heat up too much. Again, 1.5 tablespoon. Woo! 1.5 tablespoons of oil. No more than that. That's the maximum. At most, 1.5 tablespoons for 2 eggs. 1 egg, less than a tablespoon of oil. You don't need that much. Make sure you don't have the heat up too high or the eggs cook too quickly and the oil will bubble and it might burn you. Oil burns are not a joke. Do not burn yourself. Be very careful. If you need help cooking this, get help. Okay? It's windy today. Blue skies on clear. Which is nice. I prefer gray clouds, to be honest. Not that I dislike sunshine or anything like that. I like a blue sky every once in a while, but if I lived somewhere, I wouldn't mind living somewhere that was just gray and cloudy all the time. Unless I had the option to live on the beach. If I had the option to live on the beach, I'd take the sunny days, 365 days out of the year. I wouldn't mind. Would not mind if I could live at the beach. I wouldn't even be in like a mansion or a fancy. I wouldn't mind living in like a studio apartment. Or an insulated tool shed. You know, I could go out and be on the beach. I wouldn't mind that. That'd be nice. I mean, it couldn't just be like just a tool shed. I would prefer to have a few utilities, but mostly just a bathroom so I could shower and stuff. Not on the beach though. I wouldn't mind living somewhere that just was cloudy all the time. Rainy. I like rain. I think everyone likes rain, but I mean, like, I like just a lot of rain. Like a consistent, steady rain over the course of like 3 days. I like that. It's nice. But I like where I'm at. This is nice too, where I live. I'm not going to show you where it is. You don't get to know. But it's nice. That was good. I hadn't eaten before this. I meant to, but I didn't. I need to eat more often. Make sure you eat. It's important. If you haven't eaten today, go eat. Pause the video. Take it with you. I don't care. But go make some food. It doesn't matter what. Go get a glass of milk or something. Just put something in your stomach and then make yourself some food. And if you go, oh, I don't have time. You know what? Screw it. If it's work, quit. If it's school, fail. It doesn't matter. Go eat. Before anything, I guarantee you, after you've eaten, you will feel better and you'll be more productive. Guarantee. That is a guarantee for me. As someone who chronically does not eat for certain reasons, you will feel better and you will do better. You'll have a better day if you just go eat something. Just like a nice little meal. Now it can be eggs and ham. Eggs, ham, and tortilla. With maybe a glass of apple juice or something. I mean, water's good too, eh? I'll get some water. Drink water too, actually. Water is very good for you. Have some water with your egg. That was nice. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you'd like to see more of this stuff, let me know. Tell me in the comments, you know, what else you might like to see or whatever, or just say hi. If you don't mind, I'll do the whole spiel. You know, subscribe, like, whatever. Share this with your friends, especially your friends who don't know how to make eggs. Your friends who need help with cooking, share this. Share the shrimp tutorial video with them if they like seafood. Because if your friends don't know how to cook, this might actually be helpful to them. And I'd be happy if I was able to help someone out with this. That'd actually be really nice. This is pretty good. I recommend it for you. Recommend it for your friends. See you around.